What's going on, guys? I'm your host, Tino Thomas, and welcome back to the New Cycle Pod. Well, revamped season 2. Welcome to 2024, and our first guest of the new season. Welcome in, special guest, and one of my close friends, Jimmy.
Thank you for having me, Tino. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad to be back here. You know what I mean?
It's no problem, man. How's life been? How's 2024 been?
2024, it's been going smooth so far. You know, we just started. We're in January, but so far things have been moving forward for sure. We got a lot of things kind of in the pipeline, actually. Just a couple trips planned, and but other than that, I'm keeping it pretty low key, actually. Just kind of chilling and moving forward, really.
Couple trips. Where are you going? Curious.
So, first trip planned that is for sure happening is going to be in December. I'm going to go back to Bolivia. I haven't been in like 12 years, and I'm going to go see my family down there. I'm going to go with me, my mom, my sister Addie, and Allie and Elena. And actually Daniel's coming too, so we're gonna yeah, for real, man. Yeah. We got the goat, man. So yeah, we're all going to Bolivia. I think we're gonna be there for like 2 weeks, and it's gonna be most of my family, so it's gonna be the girls' first time going. It's gonna be Addie's first time going since me and her last went, which was 12 years ago. And it's going to be Daniel's first time ever going. So I think everyone's looking forward to it, especially my mom. She is super, super excited for her family to meet, everyone here in Alaska. And so it's going to be a huge, huge trip. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited to see my family and just hang out and get to sightsee, essentially, and get to see all because Bolivia is beautiful. And this time around, I'm actually going to be able to go and look at some of the monuments and the things that you go and see, but yeah.
Where is Bolivia exactly?
So
I know not too many people know where that is.
Yeah, so Bolivia it's landlocked. It's in South America. It's pretty much in the center of South America, like right in the heart. It's right below Brazil, Colombia, next to Peru and Paraguay. But yeah, right in the center there. So it's not by any oceans or anything, but they do have some beautiful lakes.
Typical places that are typically in the center of masses of land. They typically have the best looking land.
Yeah, for sure.
Not to be mean to anyone who lives on the border lands or whatever states, wherever. My bad. But yeah, not really my bad. But if you live there, you live there. But anyway, I know this is kind of a quick switch of topics, but I heard somebody was on Tinder. I can cut that part out, but
no.
Somebody was on Tinder.
We can leave this in, Tino, because I knew this was coming, bro.
Sure. Oh yeah. How'd you know?
Oh, dog.
You saw one of my scouts. The scouting report was there.
The scout report was in, bro.
Oh, man.
All right, let me tell you, Tino. So
Yes.
this does have a bit of a funny story. It's a short one, but I think it was maybe Christmas Eve, or it was a holiday that very just recently happened.
Yes.
And we got a little blasted, and we were with a couple folks, and it kind of came to the idea of yo, what if I just did some crazy shit right now? You know what I'm saying?
What's on the fucking market right here? What are you? Okay. Now I'm curious. How has that been? Have you been active?
I have not been active.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because it's while it was fun to entertain the idea, I don't think it's something that I want to genuinely put forth much time and effort into. I don't want to put this into the daily routine kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not that I never would ever, but it's just that right now, I think that's not what I'm looking for. You know what I mean?
Okay. So,
it certainly was funny, and you know what I mean. It was a good. It's fun to be on there to an extent. You know what I mean. You get to really experience a lot of different things from a lot of different people.
Mm.
And so I think that's worth a lot in itself. And then being able to share that with others, like I was telling Cody literally all about my journey on there, and
Mhm.
so it's funny. It's fun to have someone alongside you along the way.
Hmm. When you say someone along the way, what do you mean by that? Hold on.
Just to have someone to talk to and to share like my thoughts on everything that's going on. Like, because sometimes, and I'll say this: there's a lot of times where I might not necessarily feel like I can say every little detail about a specific topic.
Mm.
With Cody, it's anything goes. You know what I
Right.
mean? And so I can keep it a buck with Cody. Always like
Shout out to Cody.
exactly. Yeah.
Shout out to
There's
Cody.
there's nothing for me to like to kind of try to change or alter in the story when I'm talking to him. So it's like I can just be 100% real.
That's real.
So that's what I'm referring to have someone along the way to chat. You know what I mean? To like, this is what's going on,
Like,
and
keep it real, 100.
exactly.
No censoring.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can't use type A frienders with type B. You know what I mean?
Exactly, man.
You know what I mean? Next question. I know this came up. We were someplace, and I know it sounds strange to even say it out loud, but have you ever been somewhere where you feel like you're just not supposed to be?
I believe I have. I'll certainly say that I believe I have, but I will also say that I haven't necessarily felt that way in quite a while. It's been a while. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I've definitely and not necessarily that it's a bad thing to ever feel like that,
Mm-hmm.
but I will say I have I think I've been doing well enough, you know what I mean? Well enough to the point where I'm like you know what I mean? I don't not belong. You know what I mean?
It's not that you don't belong there. It's like you're supposed to be there.
Yeah. I'm supposed to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Where I am, I'm supposed to be here.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's real. Quick moment. Fuck, I want to do this before.
No.
Hold on. Tino, when you're watching this, cut this part out. But I want to do this before. Dude. Guys, I want to take a quick moment. We're going to put a little cut in there.
All right.
Guys, I want to take a quick moment to say if you have anything you disagree with me on or you don't stand with, feel free to contact me, and I would love to hear your opinions if you could come on the show. I'm calling out all my detractors. I would love to have you on so we can just talk about it. Rules of thumb are, this is not a show where we're going to be arguing, no talking over people. I will give you your chance to speak, and I will simply just ask questions about it. Not here for debate, just here for a simple discussion. Back to the interview, Jimmy.
All right.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, man.
Well, that was kind of a heavy topic.
It sure is. Sure
Yeah,
is.
Were those? heavy shit.
Oh,
Fuck
man.
up, man. All right.
That's real.
Welcome back, moment. Jimmy,
Mm-hmm.
what is the biggest difference from 2023 to 2024? Walking into 2024.
So 2023, and forgive me if I end up talking for too long, but I was going to say 2023 was, I think, the first full year where everything was kind of different in a sense, in a large sense, I'll say that. And I think the biggest difference that I've probably ever experienced in my life was between 2022 and 2023. Now that we're past that, we're going into 2024. We're already in 2024, but I would say not too much has changed in the way that I perceive the world, in the way that the world perceives me. And so, we'll preface with that with saying that it's not entirely different like it was the previous year. But if I were to say what the largest difference between 2023 and 2024 is, it's that I am more certain in what I want in anything, you know,
That's real.
in all aspects, you know what I mean? Like I know exactly what it is that I want to do for my career. I know I got a plan for what it is that I want to do as I get older, where I want to settle, who I want to settle with, you know, do I want to be with friends? Do I want to be with family? Do I want to be alone? All that kind of thing. Like we're making progress on all fronts. And so I would say the biggest change is just making that progress. We're moving forward kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Of course, of course. There was something you talked about in there that I wanted to talk about too.
Yeah.
What is your perception like of the world, and you open your eyes when you just get up from sleep, like what do you perceive the world as?
This is kind of interesting, Tino, because I do remember there was one time quite a while, not quite a while ago, but it was some time ago where you had asked me, you know, what does reality mean to you? And so I was thinking about this like a couple of days ago, and the answer that I had gave, I had realized it after I said it, but it was not entirely exactly how I wanted to portray it, how I wanted to speak in, and so but I left it at that. But you might need to repeat the question.
What? I got you. What is your perception of the world when you wake up?
Right. Okay. And so my answer has changed since we last discussed this. In my perception of the world, the way I see the world is literally, I kid you not, Tino, when I say this, the way I see the world is literally how I want. I mean, I really hope that makes sense. It's a little difficult to explain, but truly, I interpret the world how I would like to interpret it. And I think, and I won't speak for everybody, but for me, that's been an incredibly huge benefit to my life. I think is knowing that I'm in control of my reality, kind of thing.
That's so real. That's real.
Yeah, and so I think in the simplest way to put it is the way I perceive the world is exactly how I want. It's what I want. That's what we're gonna make happen.
Right. It's like it's whatever you make it out to be, sort of.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm like, I get what you mean, 100%, 100%. But has there ever been times when it feels like people are sort of dragging you down? At times,
I can certainly see that. I can certainly feel that sentiment. Yes, I'm no stranger to that. There have definitely been times where I feel like maybe the people around me are not necessarily on the same page, or maybe we just have different goals, aspirations, maybe. But I wouldn't go to the extent of ever saying that somebody has ever dragged me down to the point where like they've prevented me from doing something, where they've kept me from achieving something that I'd like to achieve.
They weren't trying to hold you back.
Exactly.
It was never intentional.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
Okay, I got you. I didn't like the way I worded that question, but I feel like you kind of understood what I was trying to say.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man. Do you feel as like I always feel like that's sort of the goal, is to realize that ability to just sort of make what you want to make, do what you want to do, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I was talking about that with I had it on here, TJ.
Yeah. Real.
I feel like that perspective where Tino, edit. This is where we come back. Okay. I feel like that perspective of life that you have on the I feel like that perspective of life that you have on the world typically comes when people go through something, drastic that sort of changes their life. For some, it's having a kid. For some, it's getting over a really hard relationship, and for some, it's death in a general sense, right? Whether it be parent, best friend, cousin, uncle, grandpa, whatever it may be. Would you say you had that sort of event that was sort of like pushing you forward to take courage and
100%. I would 100% say there was even maybe multiple catalysts for what kind of started this chain reaction of I mean, it sounds corny as fuck, but listen,
I got you.
In a sense, it's almost like a real ass metamorphosis. You know what I mean?
Like a caterpillar, cocoon, butterfly.
100%. It's just like a complete turnaround. It's a big change, and in the end, it's for the best. And so I would definitely say that there was at least one, maybe even two, probably I can't even, I'm not going to put numbers on all these, but yes, there was 100% moments in my life that definitely pushed me to change. Yeah.
Dang. Did you lose friends on the way? Curious.
I most certainly did lose friends along the way. There's definitely people that you grow up with that maybe you meet or you hang out with that somewhere down the line they might fall off your friend group. You don't hang out with them as much, or maybe you don't see them at all anymore. For multiple reasons. Maybe you guys just don't talk, or they moved, no interests, whatever. But there have been plenty of people that kind of come and go, but I don't know how to. I'm trying to think about how deep I'm trying to go into here, but I mean, I guess it doesn't fucking matter, man. All right.
No, it does not. We can go as deep as you want.
That's what I'm about. All right, that's what we're about. So, yeah, definitely one of those catalysts, and the biggest change was when Derek passed. You know what I mean? That's real. That is the.
I feel like that hit the clock for everyone. Once that went down, I felt like the world changed.
100%. That was the defining moment in me changing everything about myself. Oh
man, dude.
It was and so I would say that's definitely, not only was that the reason for my changing, but it definitely was obviously a heavy loss. And without a doubt, I would say that is the greatest loss that I've ever experienced in my life.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's real.
100%.
When that came around, I'd never felt more, what's the word I'm looking for? Thankful. That was the moment of gratitude. That was I'm going to put in boxing terms or fighting terms. It felt like I just got sucker punched, but I was doing good the whole fight. Boom. And I was like, damn, wait a minute. I got to know that dude. Holy shit, I was close as fuck. And I went to the fucking memorial and all that shit, dude. And I was like, holy shit, everyone knew this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Whoa.
Everybody
and honestly,
knew.
And that's one of the biggest reasons I even started this podcast up, because if something were to ever go down, whether it be a guest on the podcast or me, myself, and I, they have these. They have these. I have these. It's sort of cool to look back on a moment and reflect. Because I feel like a lot of people wanted that with him specifically. Whether it be, and they would tell, they had a moment where everyone was telling stories and things like that.
Right.
Shout out to Mac. Mac, you're coming up on here one day. That shit was funny.
Shout out Mac.
Even if you went on 20 minutes too long, it was funny and it was great.
That was beautiful.
Dude. But yeah, it was wow, something you did on a normal basis or a daily basis, whether it was talk to this guy, you would hear about him, boom, gone. And I was like, whoa. I thought about all the people that I thought in my head that just died, and I didn't really feel anything. Whoa, people felt this way, like Michael Jackson, fucking Prince back in the day.
Yeah, bro.
Because a lot of people were like, yeah, he did great things, and I'm like, nah, that was just my nigga.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, he inspired me to do this, that, and the other. And I'm like, nah, that was just Derek. Like, nah,
Yeah,
he
bro.
fucking pissed me off.
Yeah.
You want to hang out? No, nigga. We are hanging out right now.
That's lit.
But yeah, no, that was like a moment of like, holy shit, life ain't forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think that's what makes it so cool is that it's not. If this went on forever, man, it's like I would never value it as much as I do.
Exactly. You know, there is, and I believe there is validity in that. In a lot of what people cherish in life happens to come in the form of memories. The memories you make. You know what I mean? The memories that you make while you're here. And people can look back on those things and they can, you know, if it's reminisce or if they can take new perspectives on things that has happened in the past or whatever it is, I think a lot of people can agree that they find a lot of not necessarily gratitude, but just they find a lot of purpose and comfort in those memories, in those experiences that you have and that you cherish and that you keep. And I think that's an important part of life is to have those experiences and to have those moments.
That's real. No, that's very real. Without bad times, you never have great times.
For sure. 100%.
Everything would constantly just be okay.
Oh, yeah.
How you doing? I'm okay. Like, nah.
Exactly.
Like, nah, I'm great.
Yeah.
I was down bad at some point.
Right.
Like, yeah, like. No, for y'all out there, I do not mean down bad in that way. Hold on now. Y'all know what I mean. Y'all feral fellas out there, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I think we know a couple feral fellas, huh?
Oh, let's talk about it. What is out here? What is out here in the female marketplace nowadays? Or at least what do you see? And let's also talk about it. Now that we're coming to that sort of age, how has it been, if you have or haven't, talking to older women?
So you're asking my experience with talking to older women?
Yes.
Okay.
And in a general sense, like women in general.
Women in general?
That, yeah. In the scene, you know.
In the scene.
In
Okay.
the scene.
Oh, okay.
In
I see what
your
you're saying.
scene,
I see what you're saying. Okay. I mean, it's been coming along just it's tough to say that. I'd like to say it's coming along as well as anyone would expect, but that doesn't leave much to go on. So in my terms, in my experiences, I think it's moving along the way I want it to.
That's real.
If something's going to progress, if something's going to happen, it's you know, it's going to come. It's going to come with my terms, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to make something happen. Like, all right, so let's make sure that we're all in agreement here. You know what I mean? We're all on board. Nothing's happening that I'm not trying to get into. Stuff like that. You know what I mean? And so,
in simple terms, Jimmy's driving the boat. Jimmy's driving the boat. We're not going anywhere that is not on the destination. Let me tell you.
Real. So, you know, I'm doing me, and I'm making sure that, you know, if someone's gonna tag along for the ride, you know, that we all know what's going on here. You know what I mean? Like, we're not playing
no games.
Any kind of games, you know what I mean? Yeah.
No more messing around on Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
Real.
It's not a thing around.
Yeah.
Either along for the ride or you got to go hide. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, not hide. Wait. Or you're not on the boat. Or that better.
Indeed.
Jimmy, what is it you want to see within a partner?
Interesting. So this is something that very, you know, recently, within like the past maybe a year, maybe even less than that, is something that I've given a lot of thought into. And the reason, I guess, I mean, everybody's probably got the same reason. You know what I mean? Everyone's got the same reason for looking for a goddamn partner. You know what I mean?
I guess
But
so.
what I mean is the reason that it's become prevalent now is because I more than ever think that I'm like, I mean, it just goes back to I know what I want.
Right.
I know I'm just a lot more put together, I guess you could say. Not necessarily put together because that makes it sound like I wasn't before, but it's just, I don't know how else to say it other than I have.
It's like the picture is clearer than ever it has ever been.
Truly. And so what I look for, or repeat the exact question for me.
What is it that you look for within a partner?
So what I'm looking for in a partner is someone that obviously I can be myself around. I think that's probably the most important thing because I think that's definitely, especially growing up. I mean, that's been one of the most important things to me, and that's been one of the most challenging things for me is to be around people that accept you for exactly who you are.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's sometimes it's difficult to find those groups of people, but definitely in a partner, I think that's key. You know, being understanding of each other, and of course, I'd want to, you know, someone to, not necessarily someone to relate to, but to have somebody potentially at my side throughout my own journey. I think that means a lot. Right. I think to have someone that you can say that has been with you for as long as they have been, through whatever experiences or circumstances or events that you've gone through, and to say that they've been there with you, I think that's extremely important. And so to have someone that I can, you know, communicate with, share experiences with, someone I can, you know, take home to my family, because honestly, my family is like the most important thing in my life. So someone that I can, you know, share with my family, I think is just as important. Someone that I can bring home and be like, yo, this is the new edition. You know what I mean? Plus one. And you know, those are the most important things that I'd say I'm looking for in a partner.
So I'm gonna bullet point it really quick.
No, go ahead.
So like they've been there to experience the things with you. You're allowed to be yourself, and on top of that, able to meet the fam, and you're able to be proud of it. You know.
Exactly. Yeah. Someone that. Another aspect that's the reason that it's important for them to be able to fit in with my family is because my family is, as I said, the most important thing to me, but my sister has a lot of pull in my life, so she's got to be whoever she's gonna be. She's got to click with the older sister.
Oh man, she's making the ladies' job hard out here.
Yeah, definitely. But she's she might as well be the dad of the family. You know what I mean? So she's got all the damn pull. So what she says goes, kind of thing. So, but real. She's just looking out for everybody, of course.
Yeah, it's all for the best interest.
Right.
That's real. Yeah. Damn. How is it having how is it being so close to your family? I'm curious. How has the family life always been good to you? You know, what are the ups and downs of being so connected with your family? I'm curious.
So, definitely, I'll say 100% no, it has not always been good. And I think most people can attest to that. Most people can agree. Like if you got siblings, or, you know, you've lived with your parents, or, you know, one of them at least for however long or whatever, you know, there's always strains in the relationships that you have with your family, I'd say. And I think that's natural. Just being in close proximity to any other human being, I feel like, you're bound to come into some sort of conflict. You know what I mean? Like maybe y'all don't agree on something or whatever it is. You know what I mean? It's just it's almost bound to happen. And so being so close to my family, because I've lived with my sisters my entire life. We all grew up in the same household. It was me and my three sisters and my mom essentially. And I'll say growing up with them was, it was nice. And I will say there was, of course, plenty of positives, but the drawbacks are something that I will say were impactful, to the point where it's like you don't necessarily forget those.
Right.
And I don't want to say like the experiences were like traumatic, but it's like you don't just let go of them. You know what I mean? You remember those and you're like, wow, that that happened. And then of course it's up to you whether or not you're going to let that, define you, or you're going to let that keep you from doing anything. But I mean, it's there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That happened. And so having to go through those, I'll say, like, obviously as a kid, you know what I mean? Any kind of issues that you have with your family, really doesn't even matter how huge they are. But, when you're young and you're growing up, and that can impact you, that can change you for sure.
Of course.
And so being tight-knit with everyone, I think that makes the gravity of the situation all the more, it just, it's more impactful. So like there's more at stake, you know what I mean? Like if I'm living with my sister for 15 years and so I see her every single day for the past 15 years, you know what I mean? We're going to have a closer bond, and anything that happens between us is going to be all the more like heavy, you know what I mean? It's going to have more weight to it.
Yeah.
So I'll say that's definitely an aspect, but some of the pros to having family is like, man, you'll always have somebody in your corner. You know what I mean? Your family is there for you, and I can understand the sentiment that maybe you're not always going to have a good relationship with your family. Of course, it's possible to like estrange yourself from your family, you know what I mean? To have no connection with them. Yeah. And that's also acceptable. But when you have that connection with them, it's, man, I don't know how else what I can relate it to, but it is, it's a great motivator. It's one thing that kind of keeps you pushing forward through even like the most difficult times, you know what I mean? If you're going through like your toughest trial, you know what I mean? Having somebody in your corner that will always be there for you, because no matter what, they're going to be related to you,
Yeah.
These guys, they're going to be there. And to have someone like that, I think that's amazing. You know what I mean? It's super important to me. And so I'll say having that is God, it's definitely been worth any of the trouble that they've put me through.
Oh. It's like always having a spot to go back to. If anything goes wrong or south, someone's there.
Exactly. Yeah. And I will say it also, it creates like a sense of, almost like a sense of community when you're outside of social settings. Right. You know what I mean? If I'm not at work, if I'm not at school, if I'm not hanging out with friends, am I going to be by myself for, forever kind of thing? I have the option to go and spend that time with my family if I really wanted to. You know what I mean? I can be, let me cut that train of thought right there.
It's okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, wow. That was real. Like, coming from someone who participated in the communities. That's like the family community. You know, Samoan. You know, big family.
Yeah.
A lot of people, a lot of names, and then disconnecting myself from it. But I keep those who are in my immediate family. Shout out to my sister. Shout out to my mom. Want to get my mom in here one day. You know, those are who I consider like the close knit family. That's my corner. That's, you know, right there.
Yeah.
But it always seems like your family's a lot bigger, so it brings about that sense of community.
Yeah. Right.
Is a sense of community important outside of that family zone for you? Curious.
I think a sense of community is not necessarily. I'll say it has its, you know, its perks, of course, but I wouldn't by any means say it's necessary to always have a community to be a part of. I will say it sure does help in, you know, many aspects, and I can attest to that, but it by no means do I think that anyone who's not a part of a community is, you know, like there's something wrong with them.
Right.
You know? So I do think that it has a place. Having a community is, you know, it's beneficial. It can be beneficial.
Indeed. I'd agree with that. I don't know how I want to word this. Cat is not happy about being in the room.
Going crazy.
No, she is. She'd be going crazy on this door. That's why I closed my door. So, no, you're not interrupting the interview. Because I would hear it in the interview sometimes. She's just scratching the door and shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, you got it. Door's open. But I don't know how I want to word that as a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like those who aren't in any communities are ostracized on their own, or it is them ostracizing themselves, or a combination of both?
The way I would interpret that is perhaps a combination of both, or at least I would very well say that it has the potential to be a combination of both. There are certainly times where people can be ostracized, not of their own accord, but from the community around you. If society shuns you, there's really nothing that you can do to make them, you know, welcome you in. It's their decision to make, and so I'll say sometimes it can be one of those situations where, you know, the group as a whole has decided to, you know, kind of push you out. You know what I mean? And you know, it might not be your fault, you know, but there are certainly times where it could totally be your fault. You know what I mean? Like, you could be doing some wild shit and everyone's like, yo, you're kind of bugging right now. You got to take it easy, bro.
That's real.
So, I mean, yeah, there's certainly, there's times where both of those are applicable.
Yeah. The second one just happened recently with one of my friends.
No fucking way.
Yeah, dude. That little party we had, but also crazy.
Yo, truly, bro.
Dude, what the fuck was that?
What do you mean, bro? What do you mean, bro?
What the fuck was that, bro?
Oh,
literally had me looking around like, where the fuck am I? Dude. Genuinely.
that was a
fucking moment.
that was a moment. That was one of those blasts from the past.
When they went upstairs and I was just me and you down there and you said like that was the most uncomfortable. Yes. Dude, you felt the tension. And the fact that I didn't pay my fucking bills did not help, my nigga. We had an ad playing on in the background and shit. And I'm like, if there's any time where I need this fucking music, I need it right fucking now. Dude.
Tino. All right. So before you got there,
Yeah.
obviously you know what was going down before you got there. Like with me, like no. You remember, right? That I was fucking tripping.
Yes. I remember now.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, literally, I don't think I told you. I might not have told. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. But literally, probably at least 15 minutes, maybe upwards of 30 minutes before you got there, I was like, "Yo, Tino." I swear to God, Tino, I was like speaking. I don't even fucking know what, but I was just talking. I swear to God, I was like, "Yo, Tino, please fucking get here.
Shit,
like,
dude.
please get
Dude,
here
dude.
now, bro."
Oh my fucking goodness.
Tino, I couldn't. Dude.
Oh,
and
dude.
Genuinely, that was one of the scariest moments of my life.
Genuinely, I'm telling you, it's something with that room.
And I think that was like the first time that I've ever felt that way. You know what I mean?
It's like you're chilling in the Viper's den, and there's just looking to just
I swear
take your soul, nigga. Like,
Tino, it was nuts. It was,
dude.
It was like, for some reason,
What did
like,
it feel like? I'm curious.
It genuinely, the way that I interpreted that was that, like, it felt like I was almost seeing things, like, not necessarily from your perspective, but I was understanding exactly what you fucking meant each and every time that we were in that room, and you were like, "Yo, there's death all around us."
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, Tino, and that's when I was like, "Yo, it's hitting me right now. All of that's hitting me right now," and I'm like, "Yo, this is fucking wild."
Dude, because you know what? You know why? That was the first time I came to that room where Nev gave up, like, personally said and started giving up on the idea of being with me.
Yeah.
So now that energy had nowhere to go.
Yo,
It's not going to me anymore. It was no longer coming to me.
Yo, yeah.
Game is game.
Yeah.
That's oh shit. Welcome. Now it's like it really is the fucking, like, this is the den now. Like, no, this no longer Tino's hunting ground. No. You just hunt Tino. No. This is the fucking forest, nigga. Anything we catch is gone.
Oh, goddamn, bro.
Dude.
Forest, bro.
And I think that, like, I don't want to say this, but I think that may be the last time we go there. I think we're still gonna see them. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I think that's the last time we go there, though.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yeah. You know, I told Cody about the last time we went and how you were like, I remember when we left the house, I remember you said, you were like, "We are not coming back here." And genuinely, we didn't for like 6 months or something.
We didn't.
Probably something longer than it was.
We didn't. I always think back to that. Yes.
Yeah, and I told Cody about that. And he was in, and, like, you know, I would tell a story and mention it, and he'd be like, "Yo, you guys still haven't gone back?" And I was like, "Fuck no,
dude."
Yeah,
dude. And it's so crazy. It's so crazy. The first time we come back, you finally get it. You felt it. You finally felt something like it. Like, it's like you weren't able to see my perspective exactly, but like you were able to feel the energy.
Yes,
that was there.
Fuck, dude. Exactly.
That's why I was like, "Jimmy, are you okay?" Like, I could tell something was up.
Yeah, bro. No, I was not okay.
Why do you think I didn't lay on the bed? I didn't sit down.
Yo, I know, bro.
I didn't sit down. None of that.
Yeah.
I stood up. I was like, ha, ha, ha. Let me throw on some music. I brought the speaker in. Bringing the speaker is always like my personal version of a safety net.
Yeah.
And the last time I did come there, I found out, and I think I mentioned it while I was there, she has a sleep spell in that room.
What the fuck?
She has a sleep spell going in that room.
Holy shit.
She's like, "Yeah, it helps me go to sleep." And I would tell her, I'm like, "This shit making me tired."
Yo. That's been like a recurring, like, theme in that room is like, yo,
like, help me.
Yeah.
I'm falling asleep. Yeah. And the moment I leave, I'm like, yo, I'm going home and I'm not going to bed. Yeah. And I was like, dude, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to say what happens when I fall asleep around there. Let me just tell you.
Ew.
Like,
yeah.
Something like, I did not want to fall asleep. That was just not the place to go to bed.
Yeah.
That was not the place to be sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
More than ever, the biggest difference between last year and this year, it didn't feel big, like you said. especially compared to last year.
Yeah.
Dude, last year was huge.
Yes. Yes.
Holy shit. It didn't feel huge. But I was like, yeah, as you said, I have more clarity for where I'm going and where I want to go more than ever. And more than ever, I know I have the power to do so.
Exactly. Yeah.
I wouldn't even call it power. Like, I've been more in sync with me than ever. And the fact that I even have people like my grandpa saying it, you know. And I told him about it. I said, you're just in sync. And I'm like, the fact that you said it like that means a lot to me, considering he's, y'all might not know. Shout out to grandpa. Big guy, a lot of places, done a lot of things in his life. Yeah. Shout out to him. If you know, you know him. If you don't, you don't. Yeah. Fuck, they might see this. Don't come after me. Oh, fuck. You got me. You got me. Head ass. Right. Anyway. I got this big ass house. And
yeah.
I'm 65. I got this big ass house and my old ass wife and this nice Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Yet I just didn't do what I wanted. Shut the fuck up. Like, fuck, man. Go be the next Bon Jovi. You're 65. Fuck it. Pick up that guitar, nigga. Like,
hell yeah.
Fuck it. You want to fly a plane? Go fucking fly a plane then. Like, damn. You just chose not to do it. You always have the option.
Yeah.
Dude, you like that chick over there? Man, go tell her she pretty.
Real as fuck, dude. Yeah.
Oh, man. Fucking one of my homeboys being pussy like that for real. I'm like, dude, what's the worst that can happen? You know what the worst is that can happen is the one you're choosing. Going home and thinking about, damn, what if I did? Because now she's with a bum nigga. Ah.
Yeah.
What a shame.
Wild. That's wild. You know, damn. I'm gonna go off on that for a second there. You know, speaking of the what ifs and you know, I was like, man, that
wrong person say that.
Yeah. Like, all right,
that's
so
crazy.
You must have messed up somewhere,
that's
bro.
What I like. No disrespect. No disrespect.
Exactly. Exactly. But and so when I found that out, I was like, I guess it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Like
cooked.
It 100% because like, all right, I would concede that it might have already been a wrap, but now it's like
chicken wrap.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
This shit baked. This shit burnt. I just say you can't coming back from this. No.
Literally, yeah. So that's no. That ship has sailed, kind of thing. You know,
ship's
what I'm saying?
gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, all respect. Hope everything goes well.
Exactly.
Have fun on congratulations number 2.
Exactly. Congratulations,
dude. I can't lie. I really enjoy and like finding out like the tidbits and things like that because I get to learn about a lot of the stupid shit. like okay, hold on.
Yeah.
The mistakes that seemed kind of obvious.
Yeah.
Stupid shit.
Yeah.
Stupid things that they do. And it's no disrespect to them. We all do things we're not the proudest of, but I'm like, man, like didn't this seem kind of obvious?
Yeah.
All right, guys, this has been the News Cycle Pod. I know I lost my mic stand in the middle of there, but the interview got crazy, Mic stand needed to go. But anyway, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Guys, we've had special guest Jimmy. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me, Tino. Honestly, this has been a lot of fun, and it's been great talking with you, as always. I'm glad I got to be here.
Oh, dude. More than happy to have you. And who knows, maybe there might be a part 2 coming up. Anyways, guys, thank you all for tuning in. And, well, thank you for tuning in to the News Cycle Pod. And until then, till next time. Alrighty. Let's see. 2 hours, 40 minutes.